It's okay, it's okay. Here we go, here we go. Here we go. I got you.
Now at 11, video of a father rushing to save his son after a dangerous ski run on an Idaho mountain.
He just spun out, so he just wrecked, so we're over the top of him. He's throwing sparks everywhere.
Video of the chase after two suspects in the stolen car on Highway 18. After they ditched that one, they tried to carjack other drivers.
And how rain this weekend could affect your Valentine's Day plans.
You're watching KING5 News.
Good evening and welcome to KING5 News at 11. Before we get to the news, this is a milestone night, our last newscast here at our building in South Lake Union. We've
called this building at 333 Dexter Avenue North home for 62 years. But perhaps you've heard we're moving to a new building in Soto, right across from Safeco Field. These walls here at Dexter have seen a lot of history. So as we say goodbye to our building, we'll be sharing memories throughout the newscast from some of the people who worked here.
Now the news. Right now, police are looking for a suspect in the shooting outside this McDonald's in Kent. Police say the 17-year-old victim and the shooter knew each other. They got into a fight in the parking lot, and the victim was shot in the chest at close range. He's in Harborview tonight. Police have not released a description of the suspect.
New video at 11 from the King County Sheriff's Office of a chase this afternoon on Highway 18 near Covington. Authorities say the car is stolen, and you can see it crash, and then two suspects take off running in the median. Then they ran across the highway and tried to flag down other drivers. Authorities worried they might try to carjack someone else. Deputies finally arrested them on the side of the highway. Also new at 11, two missing Bellevue boys are back in Washington tonight after the FBI found them in Mexico. Authorities say 15-year-old Sage Cook and 9-year-old Isaac Cook are safe. They disappeared in August while on a visit with their mother. Investigators say she took them to Mexico. The boys' father has legal custody. They were reunited earlier today. The mother is due in court on Tuesday.
4 teenagers face serious charges accused of raping 2 fellow students during an overnight school field trip in Seattle. And 2 of those teens are being charged as adults.
KING5's Teresa Ewan looked through the charging documents in the case. She's live at 11 with new details tonight.
Lori, this is a parent's worst nightmare. You give your child permission to attend a leadership conference here at the Sheraton Hotel in Seattle. It's a 3-day event. There's 24 students. There's also adult chaperones. But then when your daughters come back home, they claim they've been raped by a group of boys. Court documents describe the graphic and disturbing details that transpired in a hotel room during a DECA conference last October. 2 15-year-old students from Mount Rainier High School told Seattle police detectives 4 upperclassmen invited them to a party in their hotel room around 11:15 at night. The boys gave them shots of vodka and whiskey. The girls felt, quote, totally out of it. The boys told them to lie down on the hotel beds. Prosecutors are charging 2 of the seniors, Donnie Ray Moore and Keegan Piper, as adults because they're 18 years old. When one of the teens woke up, she claims Moore was having intercourse with her, that it hurt, and she cried out. Then she stated the guys, quote, cycled through me. She went on to report Piper forced her to perform oral sex. A second girl reported similar sexual assaults also happening to her in the hotel room.
As soon as we learned of these allegations from the Seattle authorities, we did take action to make sure that all students at Mount Rainier are safe, that their well-being is attended to.
Highline School District got involved when Seattle police launched an investigation after the girls reported the alleged sexual assaults. The teens were administered full rape kits at the hospital. DNA of the 4 boys matched various body swabs taken from the 2 girls. When interviewed by school staff, the boys claimed the sex was consensual. All 4 have refused to speak to police. Now 3 have lawyers. Back out live, the Highline School District says they do have adult chaperone guidelines that include that chaperones do room checks, so it's unclear how the situation slipped through the cracks. In the meantime, the boys are expected to be arraigned February 24th. We did check a couple of them are football players at Mount Rainier High School. For now, we're live in Seattle. I'm Teresa Ewan, KING5 News.
A huge blast of frigid weather is getting ready to descend on the Northeast. The temperatures will likely start dropping tomorrow, but the coldest air won't hit until Sunday morning. Several cities could wake up to sub-zero temperatures, and forecasters say it could be the coldest air to hit the region in more than a decade. In Boston, they're looking at 2 below zero. Hartford, Connecticut, 9 below. Albany, New York, 10 below. And New York City canceled an ice festival set for tomorrow in Central Park because it's going to be too cold.
New at 11 o'clock, an exclusive report from Reuters indicates Boeing may self-fund more FA-18 fighter jets. King 5's Danielle Lee is live in the newsroom with more on what this could mean for the company.
Laura, the news agency says a senior executive with Boeing told them that the company would decide in the next few weeks whether to invest a, quote, significant amount to keep the production line in St. Louis running. Now, here's a picture of those jets from Boeing. The company says that it's waiting for the U.S. government to approve an order by Kuwait for 28 of the jets. The investment would be worth hundreds of millions of dollars at a time when the company's commercial division is facing job cuts. That executive reportedly said that he's confident demand for the fighter jets will be strong for the next decade. Dennis, back to you.
Tomorrow night is the final Republican presidential debate before the South Carolina primary. CBS News is hosting it at the Peace Center in Greenville, South Carolina. All 6 remaining GOP presidential candidates have qualified. The debate starts at 6 p.m. Seattle time tomorrow.
It's going to be a busy travel weekend at SeaTac. We've seen long lines both last night and tonight. Airport officials call this a perfect storm, with families heading out for the President's Day weekend and the start of midwinter break. The TSA uses this app to help track security wait times, and at last check, the wait time was about 30 minutes.
A live look at the 520 bridge, and right now WashDOT is starting to close the entire bridge, both directions. Crews need to move the toll collection signs to get ready for the new bridge, which opens 50 days from now. The bridge reopens at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then you'll see new toll rate signs near 84th Avenue Northeast. New video at 11 of a ski accident in Idaho, reminding all of us the dangers on the slopes. A father and son enjoying a day on the mountain quickly turned into one of the most frightening moments of their lives after a son was buried in a tree well.
You okay? Ethan! Heads up. It's okay, it's okay. Here we go, here we go. Here we go. I got you.
This happened last weekend at Brundage Mountain in central Idaho. Tree wells occur in deep snow where low-hanging branches form a canopy around a trunk and create the deep holes. Experts say you should stick together and always keep an eye on your skiing partners.
To the next generation, I want to be that officer that 6-year-old girl gets to see and think, wow, that's something that I really want to do. That's what I'm passionate about.
Recruiting the next generation, the local effort to encourage women to seek careers in law enforcement.
Some drying, but now more rain moving in. We'll talk about the prospects for any dry weather this weekend. And as we head to break, our first farewell to Dexter.
It was 50 years ago I walked into an old blue building on Aurora, the newsroom home before this one. Mr. Bullitt told me right away, he said, you will reach more people in a single night than a great teacher reaches in a lifetime. It's still a thought to remember wherever this newsroom gathers tomorrow.
We've had a great run in this building, but it's time to move forward, and move forward we will to our new home plate center at Soto. And you're coming with us to see our brand new studio, our brand new tools that we have, but the same sense of service and expertise and great storytelling from all my colleagues at the home team.
We're in the weather garden at the top of the King building.
So many great memories here. We've collectively been here for 74 years.
And as much as we love it here at Dexter, as you guys know, it's never really been about the building.
It's been about the people.
So long, Dexter.
We'll see you at home plate.
New at 11, dozens of local agencies are teaming up to change a trend in law enforcement. Nationwide, numbers show women are not well represented.
So agencies are holding a career fair tomorrow. King 5's Natalie Swaby has more on their new push to increase diversity.
It's usually when we have the uptick of
traffic accidents.
For Robin Pesey,
Wouldn't be surprised if we have a call like that.
her career path has been a 14-year journey so far. At the heart of it, she's someone who wants to help.
You good? Good?
She's worked as a patrol officer, a hostage negotiator, and recently
We are with each other. We have each other's backs.
with this recruiting circle.
And part of it's answering those questions like, yes, you can pass the physical agility test. Yes, you can have kids and a family and still do this job, and it is doable.
While there's more than 100 years of experience right here, they're not seeing enough females on the force.
Currently, 14% of our department are females in sworn positions.
We have close to 11% women in our department.
That's why they're banding together to make a pitch for their profession.
I mean, your future is whatever you want of it.
Detective Carrie McNally is with Seattle Police.
I think for me, it speaks to me. I knew when I was 6 that this was going to be my career choice.
Deputy Christy Bridgman is in SeaTac.
I did undercover work, I did surveillance, wrote search warrants, actually kicked in doors.
I'm a trooper for the Washington State Patrol. We're coming together with the same goal and just trying to bring more women into law enforcement.
I'm looking to the next generation. I want to be that officer that 6-year-old girl gets to see and think, wow, that's something that I really want to do. That's what I'm passionate about.
This weekend, they'll make their case at a career fair.
I could totally do this job. I could be you. So if we model it, they'll come.
You can't really tell who's at fault, right?
Then you don't cite him.
Officer Pesey is proud to be a part of it because down the road, she wants to see more women willing to protect and serve. This is the flyer for the Women in Law Enforcement Career Fair. It's happening tomorrow from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. here in Burien at the Criminal Justice Training Commission. And nearly 60 law enforcement agencies will take part in it. You can find out more at our website, king5.com. In Burien, Natalie Swaby, King5 News.
Hi, I'm Don Porter. You know, one of the weird things about anchoring at 333 Dexter was when you opened the door to the studio, this huge blast of cold air would come out and wreck your hair. Can't have that. So I took a cardboard box over my head like a helmet. Co-anchors thought, it was a little weird. But hey, it saved the hair, and that's important.
And Don tells the truth about the wind in the studio.
True.
Our building here at 333 Dexter Avenue North has a lot of distinctive features, including one that's impossible to miss.
When it was first commissioned, the hanging disc fountain in King TV's lobby was astonishing and bold. Now it's being moved to a new home. It was created by renowned Seattle artist George Tsutakawa, one of the most prolific fountain artists of his time.
Oh, look at this, Jerry.
It's a daunting task.
You're talking about almost 100 pieces. Yeah.
Removing a 3-story stainless steel fountain from a ceiling.
And that is for sure a continuous pipe. There's no coupling.
Sculptor Gerard Tsutakawa was still a young apprentice to his father, George Tsutakawa, when the fountain was commissioned specifically for this space by KING5 matriarch Dorothy Bullitt.
I actually did most of the punch work and fabrication and helped my dad do a lot of that.
George Tsutakawa was a renowned Seattle sculptor and UW art professor who was fascinated with fountains. He said the sight and sound of water reminded him of life itself. Even today, his disc fountain is unique.
When it was first installed, it was just kind of off the charts. It was just very, very interesting and different, and it's been here for so long.
The fountain will be relocated to the Sleeping Lady Resort near Leavenworth, which is owned by Harriet Bullitt.
Good weekend to go to a resort, Jeff.
It would be a very good weekend to go to the resort. And you know, that tiled area, one time they found that filled with water and goldfish in there. And guess who they blamed? It was not me. Honestly, I give it up at this point.
We really think it's you, Jeff.
No, it was not me. But we have this time-lapse video to share with you about the periods of blue sky we actually enjoyed for a little bit this afternoon. The morning was certainly wet. Wait a minute, we got cheated by that. Let me go back and play that again, and you'll see the breaks as well as the rapidly moving clouds as high pressure began to build in, and we saw the rain showers end. And was there rain? 97/100ths of an inch of rain, and you see yet another band moving in over the Olympic Peninsula and moving into Puget Sound just about on time, just about midnight to 1 a.m. Here's that 97/100ths of an inch of rain, Gold Bar Elementary, Carnation, a little bit more than 9/10 and almost 9/10 at Cougar Mountain's Open Window School. They're probably shut tonight. Well, 83/100ths of an inch of rain in SeaTac, 57 the day's high, 7 degrees warmer than average. Now, if we move on up to the mountain passes, it's very clear. Snoqualmie Pass and Snoqualmie Pass Highway is very wet. It's raining up there. Stevens Pass, barren wet, but just partly cloudy to mostly cloudy, and barren wet also at White Pass. Well, satellite imagery shows the band that's moving ashore, generating the showers we just shared with you on radar. You see another disturbance to the southwest. That's going to be moving in. The timing, of course, is important for your weekend plans. So if we turn to the University of Washington Futurecast, here's this first disturbance moving through, as I mentioned, and as we can see on radar, between about midnight to 1 a.m. Then the leading edge of this next disturbance moves in probably about 11 a.m. to noontime. The afternoon, well, that is shaping up to be wet. As a matter of fact, very wet. Overnight lows tonight, those are going to be in the mid-40s near the Sound, north and west of Everett. Upper 30s to low 40s inland, and low to mid-40s south and west of Tacoma. Now, daytime highs tomorrow, mainly in the low 50s, Marysville north and west. I don't think we'll see much, if any, sunbreak activity. Central to north Puget Sound, upper 40s to around the 50-degree mark, and central to south Puget Sound, much the same. In fact, I think temperatures also low 50s out here along the ocean beaches. Your rain is going to start increasing not late morning, but probably by mid-morning, if not even a little bit before. And it's going to become windy. Windiest along the coast, southerly 15 to 30 miles per hour. Over the Puget Sound area, probably 5 to 15 in the morning, but then picking up 10 to 25 in the afternoon. East of the Cascades, highs mainly in the 40s with increasing rain. And a mix of rain and snow in the mountain passes. That mix most likely Snoqualmie could see several inches of accumulation at Stevens and White Passes before changing back to rain tomorrow night. And the extended outlook. Rain at times Sunday, highs in the mid-50s, showers and sunbreaks Monday and Tuesday, and then back to more rain on Wednesday. Well, this broadcast concludes my time here at 333 Dexter, and for that matter, all of our time here. This has been my professional address for 38 years. Of course, I looked much different when I first started here at age 5. You probably don't believe that, but what you can believe is that what makes a building special is not the building itself, but the neighbors and the neighborhood. And certainly we include you in the neighbors, as well as all the very talented and special people that I've had the honor to work with and to learn from. What we've shared is a sense of responsibility not only to all of you, but to our profession and to each other. And that energy, which is palpable here, is something we'll carry with us to our new home in SoDo. We'll see you there.
Well said, Jet. 38 years?
Well, don't make a big deal about it. I don't like to say that too often.
You're going to miss this place for sure.
I will for sure.
Thanks, Jeff.
Still ahead, a big night in high school basketball.
A couple of titles on the line. Paul Sylvie's next with sports.
Everybody, it's Tony Ventrella. I worked here at the Big Five a long time ago. In fact, Lincoln was president, not Howard Lincoln, Abe Lincoln. Hey, it's time to say goodbye to the old building here at 333 Dexter Avenue North. A sentimental day. I just hope I can get off the roof before they knock this thing down.
This time of year, we're ready for rain. But predicting when and where takes experience. Jeff Renner, Rich Marriott. A combined 75 years of forecasting right here in Western Washington. Be ready for what's coming. Count on KING5 First Alert Weather. Count on the Yellow Jackets.
For more than half my life, I've called this my work home. Thousands of hours of that time spent up in the air in Sky King. And even though we're taking off for our new home, we'll still be the same people you know and trust. We are KING5 News.
High school hoops, and you can always count on a packed house when Garfield and Rainier Beach square off in basketball. Garfield's Dejon Davis so quick with the ball, he scores 17 tonight. Keith Smith scores 14 for Beach. He lobs for Sam Cunliffe, who slams 2 of his 23. More from the Vikings. Kevin Porter scores 11. That's Nikhil Nelson gliding in for 2. Jalen Knoll hits some clutch free throws down the stretch. He leads them with 25 points. Garfield wins the Metro title 65-63, the final tonight. Metro Girls final, West Seattle and Blanchette in a good one. Lydia Jomey has a big night for the Wildcats. She leads them with 16 points. Taylor Chambers leads Blanchette with 22. Nothing but net right there. Lexi Ione scores 13. Kelsey Lindsay, 11. That's Izzy Turk for 3. Lily DiPietro scores 19 for Blanchette. Jaden Bush on the move. She scores 16, and Blanchette wins the Metro title 67-64. KING5 semifinal, Bothell and Woodinville. Look at the distance on this three ball. Cameron Tyson drills it, and he's pumped. The Falcons' Tony Miller has been doing it all season long. Sweet move here. 38 points, 12 rebounds. Bothell's Josh Coleman scores 22 points. Nice move. He hits 6 threes. Michael Roth using his speed for the Falcons. Woodinville reaches the final 73-66. In the other semi, it's Redmond and Issaquah. Tanner Davis coming down the lane for the Eagles. Davis and Jason Crandall each with 20. Sava Trifunovic on the move for the Stangs. He drops 2 of his 15. Mitch Potter and Kevin Carpenter score 26 and 25 respectively. That's Justin Harshman. Issaquah finishes strong. Scott Kellum drives for 2 of his 14. And look at this play here. Dane Mui fakes and hits. Issaquah reaches the final 86-74. So some good high school hoops tonight. You know, we've just given their memories of this building, this great building. I've been here for 22 plus years. And the best thing about it for us in the sports department is we're located just on the other side of the wall. So I can't tell you how many times I have raced out of the sports department and run out here and clipped on my mic and gone. I think the record for me was like 3 seconds left on the clock. So there's been a lot of that going on over the years, but I always appreciated a little isolation for the sports department, away from all the newsies, and then we can run down here and do our sports and be close to the studio. So
a room that used to be the lounge.
It used to be the lounge, and now it's just kind of the toy department now. So
It was full of sports toys. Thanks, Paul. That was great.
Our final words in a moment, but first.
Hi, I'm Margaret Larson, and I'm saying goodbye to these old doors. I used to walk through here to do the news years ago, and most recently to host New Day Northwest. And as you can see, these are kind of heavy. This is also where KING5 created Almost Live. You never knew what would happen when you went through these doors, and I'm going to miss that just a little bit. But you know, the memories, the people we met, the laughter, the fun, that'll never go away.
Star Channel on TV. Channel 5.
And click. Hello, everybody, from Auburn, Washington. On the home front and economic development.
Cool discipline.
And we've got to go.
Thanks for being with us.
I'm looking forward to seeing you all on Monday.
And the last newscast of the day is finished.
And until then, good night from all of us at KING5 News.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you here tomorrow night.
That is a lot of new sets. You know, when I think of this building, I think of the hundreds of people who have worked here over the decades. Marvelous people, talented. I am humbled and happy to be part of the roster.
Yeah, there are a couple of dozen them right here in the studio with us. They're just wonderful. I always think about the staircases because, you know, people think television news is so glamorous. Here I am running up and down the stairs in the cold, in the coolness of the back stairwells. It's amazing I didn't break my neck.
And the back stairwells are rather musty. But it's time to say goodbye to a 333 Dexter Avenue North. We have a new address coming your way in just a matter of hours. And those lights are telling us to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
KING, Seattle.
We've come to the end of our telecasting day with the sincere hope that you have enjoyed our entertainment. This is Dick Peterson speaking for the entire staff and management of King TV, wishing you a very pleasant good night.
We are the product of our past, informed by our experiences, always adapting and moving forward. Soon a new chapter begins, with a relentless commitment to our community. A window on the world at the center of it all. No matter where we work, we are always here for you. This is home. This is